Okay. Actually jot down this code right quick. There we are. Someone needs that. Come on. Oh, you're kidding me. Here we go. Drinking fountain recipe. Let's find out. Actually, that's a very good question, because my area with all my DIYs is just kinda unorganized. It's literally this big bin. There might be one in here somewhere. Your guess is as good as mine. I mean, if you wanted to thumb through all this stuff, I can give you the dodo code, you can hop in here, but I have no way of knowing what I already have. Yeah, alright. There's the dodo code. Go ahead and hop in whenever you're ready. There we go. But yeah, when you get in here, just, you know, grab whatever, any DIYs you don't already have. I'm looking to get rid of as many of those as I can. Check all of them. Just take whatever ones you don't already have. Like, don't clear them out just to sell them. Yeah, that is a lot. That is a very large number of them there. Probably should have mentioned before, but if you have turnips, you know, you can sell those off too. The Nooks aren't buying them at a huge price. It's only like 208, but I mean, still a profit. Oopsie daisy. Alright, see you later. Thanks for stopping by. So much? Yeah, no problem. Curious how many you cleared out of there. Not a bad amount. Something speedy. Oh. Superior Star, good evening, hello. Were you interested in hopping over to my island and getting a whole bunch of DIY cards? And or selling turnips for a relatively mediocre price. Why not indeed? Heck, go for it. If you wanted to swing by my island, let me know. I can go ahead and throw my dodo code into the chat. In the meantime, I am just swimming around. Just trying to get this stupid challenge for getting 2,500 things. And constantly reminding myself that I'm not even halfway there yet. Luca Ferrero, good evening, hello. Nico Bellic. That was the dude from what's his name? Grand Theft Auto, right? The fourth one? I want to say, I never did see the, I never did play any of them. I think I actually got the fifth game and I never started on it. Can you get some bells? That depends. How many bells you looking to get? I gotta go soon. $1 million? Yeah, 1 million ain't bad. Hold on a second. I'm feeling a little bit generous. Why not? $10K? Yeah, that's a lot more, Hold on a second. Go ahead and sell these thingies first. Luke, I assume that that's you that just hopped on my island, right? Under the name Nico? It is? Okay. I want to be careful picking my flowers there, buddy. There you go, I do you one a little bit better. Yeah, that giant pile of DIY cards. Anything that you need, go for it. The only thing I ask is, you know, don't just sell the cards. You know, actually go ahead and learn whatever you can out of them. So I wanted those cards to just be sold. I'd do it myself. Ooh, something's fast. Ooh, slow down. Why are you so fast? Ooh, don't do that. Alright. Apparently whatever this is wants to be difficult. No, get. Ah. Inch on over. How much hours did I put to make it? Oh my goodness, that is a tricky question to answer. Whew. I don't know, after getting the, after getting terraforming at 3 stars, I think a lot of it was just trying to figure out what the heck I wanted to do with my island. Then once I actually got a rough idea of it, yeah, it took quite a bit of time. Ah, dang. There we are. Yeah, if I had to make a rough estimate, like how many hours actually went into the creation of all of it? I might want to say like 25 to 30 hours. Like not counting just the amount of time that went into just brainstorming. Is it possible to steal some villagers? Do it. You can't actually steal villagers. The only way you can actually do that is if the villager tells me that they're considering moving, and I agree to let them move. And from there, you would have to come by on the day that they're moving, like when they've got all their furniture packed up in boxes. And then, you know, you come by, you talk to them, and they say something like, oh, you know, I'm considering, you know, looking for another place to stay. And then that'll give you the option to ask them if they want to join your island. But again, they already have to be moving out, and none of my villagers are in that position. So it's not actually possible to steal another island's villagers unless they're on their way out anyway. And at that point, I don't think the person's going to care that you're taking them, so I don't know that you can say it's really stealing. 15. Okay. Uh-oh. There we go. Connection had a bit of a hiccup. What bells do I have in my bank account? I want to say like 47 million. It's 40-something million. Let's see. I'm actually kind of curious. I usually just, anytime I hit a, like anytime my pockets hit an increment of 50,000, I just dump it straight into the bank. I don't even know like how much I have right now. I don't know, but now that you asked, you got me curious. That's not the bank. Oh, let's see. What am I sitting on? Yeah, 47 million. Like 1 million, you're broke. Let me see. I'll have to consider it. Oh, that's a bit steep. I'd be willing to part with 100,000. Plop that there. Yeah, no problem. Actually, while I was on land, I probably could have just sold those things I've been getting. Free up some inventory space. Why is it not, Oh, there we go. For whatever reason, didn't let me open the door. Right there, huh? Right in the middle of the doorway. Where am I at on my diving challenge? Phew. Dark Shadow, good evening. Hello. Finding things? Yeah, at the moment. Basically what I'm doing, just because I tend to be a bit of a completist in games. There is a the game gives you a bunch of little challenges just for doing stuff, and right now I'm working on the one where you dive for 2,500 things. So I figure, you know, if I've got the gates to my island opened up so people can just take a bunch of do-it-yourself recipes, just whatever the you know, at their leisure. Because what happens is when you play this game, you know, if you just do like one session per day, then you'll usually get 2 DIY cards that tell you how to make a thing. But you know, eventually you start getting cards that you already know, and you know, I don't want to just sell it for a piddly little like 200 bells. So I just leave them all in a bin, and once the bin gets full, then I open up a stream and I'm like, hey, everyone, you know, whoever wants these for free, just go for it. And excuse me. And then, you know, just let people on, and while they're going through and finding whatever they need, I just say, hey, you know what, I can use that time to just dive for stuff. And then I can just sell it for more money that I really don't need. But yeah, most of the other challenges are... I don't even know how you describe them. Not difficult, just very time-consuming. I mean, not that, you know, 2,500 creatures fished for is not time-consuming, but there's stuff like constructing 3,000 tools, which... you know, not only, you know, creating them, you have to get the materials for it. Then there's just chopping, you know, 5,000 units of wood out of trees, and then where's one of the more ridiculous ones? There we go, KK. So, once you get your island up to a certain quality, a dog musician named KK will start visiting every Saturday, and you have to go to... You don't have to, but you can go to his show every Saturday night, and for a total you have to go to 100 of his shows. Meaning you have to have that, you know, that high of a rating for your island for about 2 years. So, you know, not time consuming at all. Or the one where you have to go to 20 of your villagers' birthday celebrations, and because you can only have a maximum of 10 animal villagers on one island, you either have to keep recycling out your animal villagers, which I don't want to do because I like what I have now, or go to every single one for 2 years. So that is super duper. I figure at least this one I can make actual tangible progress on. Oh, with the guitar. Yes. Yeah, that's him. Whenever you go to a show, he'll give you like a he'll give you that track that he plays for his concert, whatever you request, or you could tell him to just pick a song for you at random. And then he gives you that track so you can play it on any of your music devices in the game. So you can set up like a stereo in one of your rooms or something, and set the music for that room for whatever tracks you've unlocked, which is great and all, but I got all of the songs a long time ago, so now I'm just getting copies of all the music tracks. I'm like, yeah, alright, I'll throw that in my storage. So I think there's one song I've got like 3 or 4 copies of. I don't know, maybe at some point I'll give those away too, because I think they only actually sell for like 1,000. Which in this game is really not a whole lot. By the way, I'm sure you already heard about the new killer on DVD. Have you seen how he plays it all? Because I've already hearing people say that he's ridiculously overpowered. I just remember reading the description for his power, and it was a lot to try to digest. Like I feel like I would really have to see it in action to understand what any of it means, but it just sounds like all of the players, like all the survivors and killer, all have to look for an item. Then it said, if the survivor gets it, then they have to solve the puzzle box. But when they get it, then Pinhead knows where they are, so it doesn't seem like they could just stand still. So unless this is something that's like similar to shaking Victor off, where you can do it while you run, I don't see how it's really feasible to try to do that while being chased. I don't know. I'm sure there's something about it I'm not understanding just from the text box. His overpowered. Oh yeah, I did see the Mori. I definitely saw that. That made the rounds. That was definitely a bit more graphic than I thought it would be. Like, granted, the devs definitely toned down a lot of the gore, because I imagine, if they got to take the safeties off, then, the victim wouldn't have any more skin. Because from what I hear, the movies were incredibly graphic. Because my friend Brian told me how bad some of the kills in the movies are. So, So I didn't expect, anything over the top in DVD. But even seeing that, like, the hook rings, like, go into them and it, like, kind of pulls the face skin a bit, like, that already was a bit more than I was expecting. Check something right quick. Okay. News of Stranger Things. Yeah, that kind of sucks. I mean, I understand, kind of, understand why, because I heard Netflix was gonna try to dip their toes into gaming. If that's the case, with Stranger Things being one of their bigger franchises, I can understand if they're going to do a game of Stranger Things that DVD would become an active competitor. So I understand why. I'm still not happy about it. And while I should be happy that Hawkins is leaving as a stage, just because it's so horribly unbalanced, at the same time, I'm gonna miss it. I just think that rather than get rid of it, they should just, you know, keep it and fix it. So yeah, it's pretty disappointing hearing that Stranger Things stuff is getting pulled. I mean, on the plus side, you know, they're not, you know, if you've already bought it, they're not taking it away. But even just that they're limiting, like, removing any further purchase of it. I'm wondering if that's going to cause a, sort of an uptick in people playing as Stranger Things characters. Just because, you know, since it's become an exclusive thing, like, sort of to show people, oh yeah, I've been playing for at least this long, you know, I had Demogorgon before he got pulled, so it's, I don't know. Just the whole, not everyone has it, so people might wanna brag about it. So I remember that was a big thing with, like some games that I play, like I think the earliest thing I remember was, like that, was playing Halo 3. In certain armors, you had to find, very hidden collectibles in story mode. So you would always see a bunch of people, you know, rocking that particular armor for collecting all the stuff. Because they thought, oh yeah, you know, I've got this, it shows how great I am, look, I've got this armor that not everyone has, but almost everyone had it. Yeah, that's me kind of derailing a little bit. I'm just, you know, long story short, I'm wondering if, you know, now that they're going to become kind of like not, you know, freely available, if more people are going to play as them, at least for a little bit. Keep the characters? Yeah, there is that. I'm thinking I might end up buying one or two of the cosmetic... Oh, shoot. Realize my inventory is full up. I'm wondering if... You know... I was thinking I was gonna maybe buy one or two of the cosmetics for some of the characters. Depending on how much I like them, because I might consider getting one of the outfits for Steve. At least one. I either want to get the Scoops Ahoy or the babysitter one. Maybe both, but I don't know about that. Nancy, I would have to look at her stuff, but I don't know that how much intention I have to play as her. Same with Demo. I mean, Demo did kind of have that cool chained up look. I don't know. I would have to look, see if I'm willing to drop money on those. The Scoops Ahoy outfit? Well, again, not sure. Either Scoops Ahoy or Babysitter? Maybe both, but that's a big maybe, though. If I played as Steve more, then I probably would definitely get both, but... considering I don't play as him a whole lot, probably just one, but... again, that's depending on how much money I'm willing to drop. And how much they cost. I don't even know how much those outfits cost. Well, they are doing that sale, actually. I forgot that they were putting the Stranger Things stuff on sale before they go out the door. Maybe I could get both. Yeah, that reminds me, I still gotta watch that stuff that I said I was gonna watch. I started thinking for a sec, like, yeah, maybe I'll, I'll watch the show and see the context of both of those outfits and see which one I like better, but then I remembered, right, there's two other things, there's just two movies I have to watch that are higher up on priority than Stranger Things, and crap, I didn't watch those yet either. I remember now, I tried to, because I have both HBO Max and Netflix on my PS4, but for whatever reason my controller didn't connect to my PS4, so I couldn't get on those streaming services and watch those movies I wanted to. So yeah, it's not for not trying. Yeah, but that's because it's you and you love Steve to death. Of course you would buy both. You have bought both. You switch between the two all the time. No, I would have to watch the show first. See how much of a Steve fan I end up being. I don't know, if I end up liking Steve, maybe I'll buy them both, or if I end up disliking him as a character, maybe I'll pull a Brian, and for whatever reason, I'll just unnecessarily tunnel anyone wearing the Scoops Ahoy outfit. I don't know why he does that. Like, he says the Scoops Ahoy outfit just flips a switch in his brain and he just goes nuts. I think Brian just doesn't like ice cream. That's probably it. I'm gonna message him, and without any other context, I'm just gonna ask him why he hates ice cream. I will not explain anything further. I think I do need to hop on DVD at some point soon. because I don't remember what level of the rift I'm on compared to how much time is left. So remember, I was quite a bit ahead of schedule before, but then I went about a week without playing, so I'm sure that lead has been squandered at this point. Oh god, I hope not. I think by this point, you know, you get, anytime they add new characters to that game, you know, that it brings in more of a fan base. And if you just suddenly remove them, then that kind of alienates people that may have, you know, gotten into the game because of that character. So I know once the Resident Evil DLC dropped, a bunch of people went in just because of Jill and Leon. But yeah, someone goes into the game because they like such and such character, and then the devs just go, well, you know what, well, we know you like this character a lot, we just toss them out. That's gonna, you know, rub people the wrong way, especially if, you know, those characters were the reason they started into the game. Even more so if the, you know, if the character that got them into the game was one of the killers. Because, you know, survivors, you could just say, oh, well, you know, they're just different skins on the same character. And you wouldn't be wrong, necessarily, but, yeah, you know, killers are so different. Like, if someone started into the game because their favorite killer got put into there, and then they just got removed, yeah, that would anger some people. Which survivor character do you like? I tend to like, well, I mean, you know me, I like Ace and Jake, although I've kind of been playing as Jake less. I think me playing as Jake less is partially due to, you know, not having a whole lot of point offerings left on him. And then I tell myself, oh yeah, okay, I'm running low on point offerings for Jake, I can prestige him soon, but then I look at how many items I've got on him because I ran plunders for so long. And I'm like, but I don't want to prestige him because he's got so much good stuff, but then all that good stuff I end up not using. Which a coworker explained to me was a term called gear fear. Where, you know, you can have a bunch of good stuff, but you don't use it because you're scared to lose it. Which, yeah, I think I'm in that position with Jake, so I need to make myself play as Jake and use up those really good items, because I've got so many, like, red and purple things on him. Like, I think the only one I remember is I think I have, like, over 10, he shook the tree and he didn't even take the fruit. Alright. But, yeah, I think I've got, like, over 10 red keys on Jake. Because I just kept finding them in almost 10 red maps. And then assorted other little doodads and knickknacks. Yeah, I also like Claudette, but the fact that, you know, Claudette has a bit of a stigma surrounding her, you know, only scared, you know, immersed players play as Claudette, that whole thing. I don't know, just to avoid that, I don't play as her too much. And Dwight. I like Dwight. Let's see what he has in stock. Yeah, no. Ace main? Yeah, definitely. Although his, after the graphical update, Ace's new facial hair is, definitely testing my faith a bit. I do not like it at all. I liked it much better when his facial hair was just kind of limited to, you know, to some generous stubble. But after they gave him, like, you know, just the big thick beard, I'm like, that should not have been. That idea should not have made it to the finals there. That is, it does not look, a full beard just doesn't look right on Ace. So I'm pretty disappointed in that. Now that I think about it, there are some other survivors I do need to play more, just because I have like a whole bunch of like super big point offerings. I think I might still have 20 of last year's anniversary cake on Adam, so I know I have to play as him more often. You're thinking Adam more? Yeah, it does not look good. Like, maybe if they put it on one or two of the head cosmetics, but not by default. It just looks bad. And it doesn't help that it doesn't look natural. Because, like, you know how, you know, a lot of times, a lot of the Survivor characters, when they're given, like when the guys are given facial hair, but they don't have it by default, it almost looks like it's glued onto them. Like it doesn't look like that's their default look and it's just that one cosmetic. Unfortunately, that's what it looks like on Ace. Like his default facial hair looks like non-default, and that they just kind of like glued it on there. So it doesn't look right. Because before his like the stubble that he had, it just looked like part of the face texture, so that when he did you know, he did have other skins that would give him other facial hair, and you know, that would clearly look different. But yeah, just the fact that by default now it looks artificially slapped on there, it is not a good look. Akita, good evening, hello. Very, very late. Nah, you don't have to say sorry, it's fine. We got stuff to do, that's, you know, that's your call. Could have worded that better. If you have something more important to do, then it should be taken care of, because, you know, that other stuff is important. I'm just a dude playing video games. So don't ever feel like you have to apologize for showing up late. I think, what's it? I was saying before. Adam, I think I've got like 20 cakes on. I know I recently prestiged Jane, then got her back up to 50, so I might have... I think I have some of this year's cakes on her. I think. I might have gotten her back up to 50 before the anniversary. So that might not be right. I'll have to check that. Oh, and then the killers. I know I've got at least around 20 cakes on Oni, but I'm not very good with Oni. Not yet, so I feel like if I were to use all the anniversary kicks I've got on Oni, I might have to just, you know, either practice a whole bunch with them before I start to use those, or use them and hope I can get the survivors to farm with me. Which has actually worked a few times, so I don't know. Maybe I can keep going with it. Only have one 5th anniversary kick on Steam. Gonna keep it. Yeah, that's the now that I've got Ace at, you know, Prestige 3, that's what I've been doing with all the holidays. I try to get at least 3 of any like event item, and then just not use them. So I still have like 3 or 4 of the Lunar New Year envelopes. I think I might have 4. I've got 4 because I think I intended to get 3, but then like when I tried to finish off that blood web after the Lunar New Year was over, after the event finished, it kind of like the web locked up in such a way that it sort of drew me into another envelope that was past the expiration date anyway, so. But I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't think I have any other event items in high stock for other. No, take that back. I remember on tap, I think I've got like 15 of the New Year firecrackers. Remember, I was so bad with using flashlights that whenever I had to do a tome challenge that required me to blind the killer, I would just play as tap and I would try to throw the I would try to drop the firecrackers mid-chase. And I got it the first time I tried, but after that I could never get the timing on it again. So now I try to use a flashlight, or I just use Blast Mine. This Blast Mine also gives you double credit on those challenges that say blind or stun the killer. Like, oh yeah, just set one mine, they kick it once, they get one stun. Oh, but it also counts as blind, so I get double credit for it. And it's like, yeah, okay, I think I'll just Blast Mine the entire time. Just use easy mode on that challenge. Not to mention, it's just really satisfying whenever, when you're going against a stealth killer like Wraith or Ghostface, they turn on their stealth ability, then they go to kick Blast Mine, and it just breaks them out of it immediately. That's very satisfying. Goodness. I remember Myers was one of the first killers that I wanted to prestige. Because at first I was like, yeah, maybe I could prestige Doc, but you know, I've already got like cosmetics on him that I like, that I don't need to get the bloody version of whatever. So I can just keep him at P1 for right now, and I can work on Myers since, you know, I don't want to throw money at his cosmetics. I can just get bloody stuff. So I did my thing, my usual thing where I try to use up all the point offerings before I prestige a character. And oh goodness, I forgot playing as Myers is suffering sometimes. just because he's just such a basic M1 killer. And I don't even have a lot of like good perks to mitigate his weaknesses. Like I don't have enduring. I don't think I have brutal strength. I could be wrong on that though. Just don't have a lot of good stuff on my Myers, so when I go and try to play as him, I might have 1 or 2 good matches, and it goes downhill very quickly. Oh yeah, he must have been running the calm add-on. Or was it just a music glitch? So now his calm add-on makes it so that once you're in Madness Tier 2, I believe, you always hear a very faint heartbeat. Yeah, calm is one of my favorite add-ons for Doc, just because it causes a whole lot of heartbeat tomfoolery. Or wait, did you mean like you didn't hear his chase music in the middle of a chase? Because if that's the case, then yeah, that is just that just sounds like a bug. Chase music the entire match? Okay, yeah, that's definitely a bug. If you're being actively chased and you don't hear it the whole time, yeah, that is not supposed to happen. So remember one time I thought I had an audio bug one time? Because I went up against a, actually, you might have been present at the time. It might have been during a stream. There was I went against a Nemesis that had both Tinkerer and whatever the add-on is, where if he kills a zombie himself, then he gets undetectable for, I think it's like 15 seconds? So like, just mid-chase, I would still hear the chase music, but then the heartbeat would just disappear. So I'm like, is there something wrong with the heartbeat? What's going on? I know he's still chasing me. I see the red light slowly advancing on me. I definitely hear his big beefy footsteps thundering around behind me. I just don't hear the heartbeat. And it wasn't until the match was over that I realized he had, like, I knew he had Tinker, but I didn't even know he had an add-on that could make him undetectable. And it didn't help that it took place at You might have been there, actually. I think it's because I think before that match, you mentioned how you hadn't played on the new Larry's yet, and immediately after, we got Larry's as a map. I think you were here for that. Okay, yeah, it was one of those things, like, the more I talked about it, I was like, this does sound familiar, now that I'm saying it out loud. Okay. Oh, I just remembered. I actually bought a, I actually just ordered today a new coffee mug that has the, oh, what's it called? It's got the icon, sort of, the icon for Spine Chill, but instead of the normal screeching cat that the perk icon has, it's replaced with that, that one meme cat that has the, you know, the meme that has, the blonde woman yelling on the left side of it, and then it's got that cat sitting at the dinner table on the right side. It's basically that cat, but in the style of a perk icon. So I remember I forgot what I was looking up at the time. It was something about Spine Chill, and I just saw that icon, and I thought, you know what, this would be great on something, a shirt, a mug, or something. And I was like, huh, I wonder if that exists, and I think I just ran a search for Spine Chill coffee mug, and that was the first thing that came up, was that, that parody one. Love coffee mugs. See, I do like, as much as I love coffee, I literally only have 2 mugs. I have like a Splatoon one, like the, you know, one of the color change ones. You pour the hot liquid in it and it like adds stuff to it. And then just a like a metal travel mug, which is fine, but you know, it's a bit bland. So I was like, you know what? I should get more. Don't drink coffee? I love coffee. I love it. Though I know that there's sometimes I just shouldn't drink it. Like, especially late at night. That's why I'm instead drinking hot chocolate right now. Which it's been sitting here for a while, so it's now just room temperature chocolate. Which doesn't taste bad, just, it's not nearly as hot as its name indicates. Mine chilled. Yeah, iced coffee's pretty good too. If it's adequately prepared. I made the mistake one time of purchasing iced coffee from Taco Bell. Because you know, it was at a time when I would frequently get breakfast from fast food places. And Burger King and McDonald's both have iced coffee that has stuff like, you know, cream, sugar, all that good stuff, you know, to kind of fancy it up. So when I went to get an iced coffee from Taco Bell with my breakfast, it was exactly what it said on the tin. They gave me a cup of coffee and they just put a few ice cubes in it. There was nothing else, no cream, no sugar, nothing. It was ice and coffee. And I didn't watch them prepare it or anything. They just slid a cup of coffee to me with ice cubes floating in it, and I was like, oh, okay, and I tasted it, and I just made one of those faces where I just couldn't disguise my shock that was literally all that they gave me. And the person behind the counter just kind of looks at me like, is everything alright, sir? And I was like, yeah. And just kind of walked out. I just took it home and just dumped a ton of sugar in it. And I was so upset that there was no other preparation involved in it. But you don't drink it much. I love hot chocolate. Yeah, hot chocolate's pretty good. That's nice too. Yeah. Yeah, it's the kind of thing that, you know, I think back on it now, and I can lol at it, but at the time, I was quite upset at the time. Just that the fact that they had the gall to just give me cold bean water, and that was it. More than stubbing your toe? Yeah, I feel like a stubbed toe might have been slightly more enjoyable than that cup of dull as dishwater iced coffee. I was not a happy camper after that. Now that I think about it, I should, at some point, I should go to Taco Bell for breakfast again. I have not, like, ever since the pandemic, I just have not gone to fast food places very much. Because, like, all last year, after the pandemic started, I just didn't go to fast food places at all. Just because, you know, people in my area don't, you know, they don't do any of the pandemic stuff. Like, they never wear masks. So few of them actually vaccinated. So I was like, you know, I don't know if people like that are gonna be making my food. I don't know if I want to go to a fast food place. So, you know, all of 2020, I just didn't. But then after the vaccine became more available, I reluctantly started going to fast food places very slowly. You know, I didn't go there very often still. But now that I think about it, Burger King is the only fast food place that I've actually gotten breakfast at this year. McDonald's I'm just not a big fan of after they got rid of the, what's it? The steak and egg bagel? The steak and egg bagel sandwich. They got rid of that and I had no more reason to go to McDonald's ever again. Hadn't had Taco Bell in forever. I will say this. If you get breakfast at Taco Bell, go for the steak crunch wrap. Because I made the mistake of getting the, what was it? The waffle taco, which they recommend serving it with, like having it with the syrup. And I can understand why, because it is so dry and plain without it. Like, it is just... It's so unappetizing without it. Like, I think it was just I want to say it was either ground beef or a slab of sausage in the middle of a folded up waffle, and that was it. And it was, I feel like if it's a requirement to eat it with whatever condiment is provided, it shouldn't be suitable as something to eat. Like, condiments should be optional, not required. Like, if I'm given a burger without any ketchup or mustard or anything, and I bite into it, my thought process should be, hey, this would be better with ketchup, not this is completely inedible without ketchup. And that's pretty much exactly what the waffle taco was inedible without syrup. It was like eating folded cardboard. The crunch wraps, though, especially the steak one, was really good. Try that? Yeah, that's assuming they still have it, because I don't know how, often they, excuse me. I don't know how often they circulate certain things. Ooh. There's a shark. I'm gonna see if I can catch that. Actually, I don't necessarily know if that's a shark. I just know that is a dorsal fin. Might be a suckerfish. Oops. Yeah, that's not a shark. Yep. I was pulling it up, that didn't give it nearly enough resistance. I was like, that's feeling kind of light for a shark. And now I'm sitting here talking about Taco Bell breakfast. I'm like, you know what would be good right about now? That thing I'm talking about. Because they're crunch wraps. Well, specifically the breakfast ones. I can't say anything about the lunch and dinner ones. Their breakfast crunch wraps are like the only thing I can order from Taco Bell where I don't feel like I'm playing Russian roulette with my stomach. Because like everything else I get there, I feel like I'm flipping a coin on whether or not I'm going to be violently ill within the next couple of hours. Because last time I went to Taco Bell, I was like, oh man, this stuff's pretty good. Oh, I wonder why I haven't been in so long. An hour and a half later, I remembered why I haven't been there in so long. Anyway. Food is a nice topic, though. Yeah, that's true, yeah. Now to think about it, the breakfast crunch, I don't think this is going to be an issue because I think they might have removed these particular items because there used to be 5 different breakfast crunch wraps. There was ground beef, steak, I want to say chicken, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And then there was like one labeled California, which and country, which had like sausage and white gravy inside, which was pretty good but messy. But I remember the California one I wasn't a big fan of because they went way overboard on the guacamole. Like there were, I want to say there were like 5 or 6 different ingredients in that thing, and I tasted nothing but guac inside of it. And I think I ate like a third of it, and I was struggling to make myself eat the rest. It was a task. That was a journey getting myself to eat that. Hello, you new here? You know what, stranger? I absolutely believe that. Welcome to what is definitely your first stream here. So a stranger who is definitely new here that I coincidentally just happen to know plays Dead by Daylight. What do you think about the new killer? Because I have not seen him in action, but I have heard he is ridiculously overpowered. I know I tried reading the giant, what can only be called, you know, essay or dissertation that is his power description, and there's a lot to unpack on that. I see much. How are you serious? Afraid that BBD will make me hate him. Pinhead can speak. I do remember seeing a clip of him speaking, because what it was shortly after he was revealed, and Otts like immediately had a clip available on not on Twitch. It was on Twitter. It was a very brief clip of him using the teleport ability, because I remember the official Dead by Daylight account actually responded. They replied to his tweet with, I forgot what it was some reaction image, but the caption that they put with it was, when the killer starts talking. And I was like, wait, the killer has voice lines? So I actually clicked on his, on the clip that he posted. And yeah, it was him, like, speaking as he teleported in. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. There's actual voice lines. That's neat. And not just, you know, boring grunts or yelling or laughing or whatever. Which was something that I liked about Trickster. You know, the fact that he would actually say things. I mean, it kind of dulls the effect a bit that it's all in Korean and I don't understand a lick of it. But, you know, the effort and thought was there, which is really cool. Don't play Dead by Daylight. You should. Well, you know what? I can't make that opinion. I'll simply say you should watch other people play it and see if it's a game for you, and then decide whether or not you should play it. Because for me, Dead by Daylight is definitely enjoyable to play, but it's one of those games that, like, I very quickly burn out and then reignite interest in. Very quickly in short cycles. It's like, I think the last time I played DBD was the last DBD stream that I did, which was that, a week ago? I know I did a stream a week ago. I don't remember if it was Splat or DBD. Yeah, I remember that was the line, because there was a screenshot of some streamer's chat overlay, and it was just an entire box full of people just saying, "He came," followed by the poggers emote, and I just thought, guys, you didn't have to go that direction with it, but you did. You didn't have to go there, but you did go there. You went. You bought the ticket. You took the ride. You went there. Stay classy, Twitch. 6 days ago? Okay. I still don't actually remember what game it was. Or you're saying that the DBD stream was 6 days ago. Yeah, I haven't played DBD since then. But yeah, when I do, what interesting thing are you guys talking about? Oh boy, I do enjoy being Villager A. Villager B. Oh dear. Okay, so anyway. But yeah, DBD's like one of those games I'll quickly get very intense interest, followed by almost immediate burnout, and very quick interest once again. It's a vicious cycle. Oh, I'm broke 1,300. Ooh, that stinks. I honestly thought I was going to have some problems because the sometimes if I'm messing around with the time setting on Animal Crossing, if I plan on doing a whole lot of that, I'll sometimes set my online status to show offline, so that it won't keep annoying people on my friends list that, oh, you know, Howie's on Animal Crossing, and then 5 minutes later, oh, he's back on Animal Crossing again, and, you know, keep hitting people with notifications over and over. So I had, before the stream, I tried to set it back to actually show that I'm online when I am. And it kept saying, it kept giving me, like, communication errors, which I usually only actually see in, Splatoon, so for me to be getting that on the home menu was a bit confusing to me. But then it worked, and I haven't had any issues since then, so I don't know, it's just kind of hiccuped a little bit. Still not sure what it was. Flatworms only show up at certain times. Just need to be getting a lot more of them. Oh yeah, they just started. Okay. Oh yeah, that's actually part of the thing I was mentioning before. I forgot that before I started the stream, I turned back the time so the game thinks it's like 4:30 right now, when it is almost 10:30 my time zone. It's a stamina bar. Oh no. Considering how much you run around the island doing whatever, yeah, if this had a stamina bar, it would drive me nuts. Though related, incidentally, you know, if you just keep swimming underwater, eventually your dude does run out of air and he's forced to come back up. So I can't just, you know, stay underwater until I see something to go after. I just stay above and only dive once I get close to something, but other than that, yeah, I don't think there's any restrictions to your movement. Disconnected, a longer panel. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I think that the you know, the game should do a better job, like identifying how you disconnect from the game. Because like if you just, you know, press the start button and tell it exit game, yeah, that you should get penalized for. But if it senses if it detects a network disconnect, I think it should be a lot more lenient on the disconnect penalties. Like maybe shorter times, or you know, more disconnects before you get penalized or something. I don't know, maybe I'm still just extra salty about that one match where the killer DC'd and I got penalized for it. That's inexcusable. The description, don't understand. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. The Mori's cool. Yeah, the Mori looks great. Like, I was telling Dark Shadow that, you know, I'm not surprised that they don't have gore in it, you know, just because of the trying to avoid censorship in China. But even the fact that, like, the hooks kind of pull at the skin a bit is already, like, more graphic than I expected it to be. But yeah, as far as the, how the power works, because it says that, like, because it just sounds like there's an item, the puzzle box. I assume that's what the lament configuration is, the puzzle box. It just sounds like there's an item somewhere on the map that everyone, survivors and killer, are all going for. So if the survivor gets it, then they have to solve it, which I'm guessing that's like just a skill check thing. But then I think the description said that the killer sees where the puzzle box is, so unless it's something you can do on the run, kind of like shaking off Victor when you get caught by him, unless it's something you can do on the run, I don't see how you can, how you're expected to be able to solve the puzzle box if the killer actively knows where you are and he can teleport. So I've got to be missing something that, you know, isn't described directly in the actual description of it. I feel like it's something I would actually have to watch in action to understand it, because the written description ain't doing it for me. Oops, wrong one. Dang, I almost caught like 150, 200 things tonight. Jeez. Gonna go, almost fell asleep. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, see you later, Akita. Thanks for stopping by. I'm thinking I might cut stream in like half an hour or so. So I've got a few other things I gotta take care of, and I'm gonna see if I can get, if I can actually get my controller, my PS4 controller, to connect to my system so I can fire up Netflix or HBO Max and watch one of those movies I've been eyeballing for a bit, so I can get those out the way. I can actually start on Stranger Things. Back here. Forgot you had the game on your system. Oh no, this is a daily thing for me. I don't know, maybe it's just like just being able to just relax and hang out with an island full of talking animals that I just find appealing. Yeah, there's a good number of games that I would go through my library and completely forget that I have, but this is not one of them. Oh, jeez. Oh, lordy. Love when my antivirus gives me a notification that takes up about half of my screen. Super cool. Actually, before I go diving again, let me see how many DIYs they got. Cleared out an okay amount. Read terms and conditions on the wetsuits before you buy them. I don't need to read no terms and whatever. Do I look like someone that reads directions or something? No. What about you, Glacier? You interested in hopping in and getting a whole bunch of recipes for whatever's in there? Squirrel looks mad. He perpetually looks that way. No, you know who looks mad? Where's he at? Oh. Alright, fine. No, you know who looks mad? This fella. That guy. He always looks upset. Is he at home? Let's see if Octavian's at home. He is at home. Yeah, this angry looking dude. He's not as angry as he actually... Not actually as angry as he looks. That's just his permanent hate face. I feel like archiving half the library just to jump on for 5 minutes. For offering? Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I was in that position semi-recently too. I kept running out of... I was running out of room on my memory card. And the games that I had just kept updating. And kept updating. And wouldn't stop updating. And then eventually, I just had to archive some stuff. I was like, you know what? There's some games here that I have not played in well over a year. If I'm not playing them now, I probably won't. I just had to eventually toss them. And then there's other games that I'm sure once I finish, I'm gonna immediately get rid of. I think one game that's kind of large, that's taken up a good chunk of my storage space, is Tales from the Borderlands. Nice island flag as well. Nice, yeah. I think you're actually the first person who is who's recognized my my flag. That's pretty cool. Do I play second? I only play mobile right now, though. Before mobile was a thing, I did play the original Skullgirls before it was even Encore. Like when it's still like when Squiggly and Big Band weren't even part of the cast. They didn't have anything except regular arcade mode and the very basic endings that each character had. I know I have Second Encore now for PS4, and I actually just got it for Steam as well, since they were doing the sale with the with Umbrella's announcement. I have heard that they've like improved a lot of stuff, like full story modes and whatnot. Respect fellow Squiggly means? Yeah. Like, I don't know squat how to play as her in Second Encore, because again, I only played the very first one when I was a Parasol and Valentine main. But yeah, as far as mobile goes, love Squiggly to death. Pun not intended. I think I've got like 3. I don't know how familiar you are with the mobile version, but I think I've got like 3 diamond Squigglies above 20k power. So I'm doing pretty alright in that respect. I think like my top 10 or 15 characters on mobile, 3 of them are Squigglies and another 3 are pain wheels. Yeah, at some point I really should play Second Encore. If nothing else, just to see the more fleshed out story mode. See, I've been playing for a good bit of time. I want to say I started playing not this past Halloween, like not Halloween of 2020, but just a little bit before Halloween of 2019, because I distinctly remember the event for Halloween of that year had that that like really rare Necro Breaker version of Squiggly, and I wanted it, but at the time, because I had only just started, I didn't have a roster even close to good enough to stand a chance to get her. So I was pretty upset about that, especially when I found out that you can only get her through events. So I was pretty upset. So I made sure to get her this last Halloween. Oh right, that's why I forgot. That was why I brought up like how long I've been playing, because I still don't consider myself very good. Like, I still play now very similar to how I played when I started. A whole lot of, you know, just blocking and turtling up until I see an opening. And that's about it. I don't know a lot of huge, crazy combos for many characters outside of Squiggly, and to a lesser extent, Eliza. Which is kind of crazy, because I don't even really like Eliza. I'm usually not a big fan of, like, just despicably evil characters. So I see Eliza, and I usually just immediately get put off. Same thing, it seems to work. Yeah, see if it works, you know. If it works, then why change? But yeah, my next big project I'm trying to do on Skullgirls Mobile is I've got like 3 gold Annies that I want to diamond. And all 3 of them are at level 50, so they're ready to go. But I just need a few more spare gold Annies to actually evolve them. I kind of have a habit where I don't just diamond one thing, I'll gather up a whole bunch of stuff so I can diamond multiple characters at once, and then just get them all one after another, just back to back. So I think the first time I actually diamond any of my characters, it wasn't just one. I think I got like, let's say it was like 13 at once. I just kept stockpiling a whole bunch of necessary characters, essences, and all kinds of stuff. And I was like, I was in the chat for that, the in-game chat, and I was like, hey guys, I'm about to do the thing, and I just plunked down like diamond after diamond. Pulled a diamond not too long ago. Starshine. I don't have any of the, yeah, I don't even have any Diamond Annies. I think she might be the only character I don't have a diamond. No, take that back. I don't have a Diamond Cerebella either. Or a Diamond Peacock, now that I think about it. Yeah, Annie's one of the characters I don't have any diamonds for. But I know I have Moonstruck, Timeless Hero, and then, oh shoot, what's the name of the Wonder Woman variant? Ageless Wonder, that was it. I've got those 3 ready to go. I just need to get the extra gold Annies to fire them off. Right now, as far as diamonds go, I'm in a position where I have 3 diamond characters. I've got both of the, not both of, I've got 2 of the diamond Beowulfs. I've got Snakebite and Beast King. And then I've got the Jawbreaker variant for double. But the problem is, I only have 7 diamond keys, so I want to work on one, but I don't know which one. I'm leaning toward Beast King. But if not him, then probably Jawbreaker. But yeah, I don't fully remember Starshine's ability, but one thing I do remember was under some condition, she can actually get permanent precision, which is pretty dang nutty. Just being able to circumvent abilities like that. Because I know on prize fights, my defense team relies a lot on buffs. Like my defense team for most prize fights is Resident Evil, Meowing Forever, and then Surgeon General. So it's a whole lot of just buffs, and yeah, Starshine, you know, with permanent precision, can just lock that entire thing down. Like that immediately wipes my whole team. Look it up in a bit. Yeah, because isn't it oh, what's the name of the character? Star Butterfly or something? I think that's her name. But yeah, I don't remember the conditions to get permanent precision. I want to say you have to be fighting the same opponent for a certain amount of time. Or no, maybe you just have to have her out for a certain amount of time. Because I think fighting the same opponent gives you a different ability. So I think permanent precision might just be for being active for a certain amount of time. Okay, yeah, I kind of figured it was Star Butterfly. Or rather, I knew it was from the show Star vs. Force of Evil. I just wasn't 100% sure on the character name, because I don't actually watch it. Immunity every 30 to 20 seconds, face the same opponent. Both effects are removed. Okay. Okay, so it's just for immunity, which is still alright. It's not bad. That would still, you know, do some damage to my my defense team, considering it leans pretty hard on stun. I'm trying to think if since Resonant relies a lot on armor, I'm wondering, trying to remember if Annie has anything with armor break, like any of her moves. Precision every. That's gain precision. So does she only gain 1 stack, or is that permanent precision? Because if it's only like temporary precision every few seconds, and if it's only 1 stack, that doesn't sound nearly as good as I thought it did. I thought she had permanent precision. Yeah, I'm sorry. I might be a bit of a Squiggly fan. It's very subtle. You might not have noticed. It is permanent. Okay. Okay. I thought it was, but when you gave me that description, I thought maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm just remembering wrong. just point that. Yeah, you know, I don't like to talk about it. You might not have noticed. But yeah, that's actually part of what I've got to take care of after the stream tonight is I got to do the daily stuff because I haven't done the haven't done any of the holodeck stuff for today. I've only gotten to I want to say like 6 or 7 million on the squiggly prize fight, and I know that ends tonight, so I need to take care of that. And I'm only doing the gold one because I don't want to deal with trying to avoid bodies all over the stage on her diamond prize fight. That's going to irritate the heck out of me. Just put those away. Alright. Isn't great compared to... I don't know, man. The, her red shift, if you have that maxed out, depending on how many of her moves you can string together, that can get pretty nutty. Like, I'm not great with Annie, but even then, like, some combos, you could just... Okay. Like some of them, just right off the bat, like, even do just a basic combo, and then the, you can do the, shoot, what's the name of that dive kick she has? Re-entry. So you can, you know, do a ground combo, do re-entry, then you can do the, what's it called? Pillar of Creation, no, not that yet. Dude, I don't remember the name of the move. The one where she throws the sword and it follows them around. You can use that, then use Pillar of Creation, which, if you have, like, 2 boosts from Redshift, because Pillar already does a butt-ton of damage, but if you have, like, 2 boosts from a maxed-out Redshift, that gets ridiculous. Then you can follow that up with, whatever her Sagan Beam. That's it. And then, yeah, all of it. Slingshot, that was it. Gravity Slingshot. Yeah, for whatever reason, I never remember the name of that one. I'm just bad with move names in general. But, yeah, like right there, that's... Like, I'm not even good with Annie, and that's 4 moves you can chain together relatively easy. So by the time you get to the 3rd and 4th moves, you get to Pillar and Sagan Beam, yeah, those are going to do ridiculous damage. And even if that combo doesn't kill them, then the fact that Sagan Beam inflicts Wither every time it lands a crit, like that'll just... Well, depending on your crit rate, it can almost immediately give them 5 stacks. It just drains out whatever supers they had built up. So it can get pretty wild. I do want to learn how to get better with Annie, though. Because, like, even when they first showed her off before she was released, I was like, you know what, this character has a lot of potential. And then I see people doing really nutty stuff with her, and I was like, okay, yeah, I need to learn how this works. Experiment with her more. Yeah, I need to experiment with her, too, because a lot of, I need to figure out how her star power affects different moves, because I only use it for very basic stuff, like you know, you do your basic standard, like the 5-hit ground combo, and then if star power's maxed out, you can hit it so it does the like the interrupt, and you can redo the ground combo, and then just start leaning on all of the specials and supers after that. Like continuing to wail on him with ground combos after you use the slingshot just to hold him in place. Yeah, it's... I want to learn more advanced stuff, but even really simple basic stuff is pretty dang effective. Stars that reveal the same amount of... Yeah! Yeah, I always forget about that until I'm on the receiving end of them. And I'm sitting there blocking, I'm like, man, why am I taking so much damage? Oh, right. Really need chip? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good stuff. But the main one that the main Annie that I use is Moonstruck, which depends on landing criticals with projectiles. So I often forget that I can just chip someone out really easily, so I try to find that opening to get clean, unblocked hits. Because I don't know if you know Moonstruck's power is like anytime she gets a critical with a projectile, she gets 10% star power, and it's active even when she's already using star power. So once you activate it once, you can either just keep wailing on them with basic hits, or you can Sagan Beam, and it just stays maxed out. It's practically permanent. But yeah, if you really need to, you can chip someone out absurdly easy. People do crazy things with Saturn's. Which one? Oh yeah, Saturn Slash. That's the force tag. Crescent cut. Buffer. I'm trying to think. Oh, crescent. Yeah, the really slow projectile. Buffer for Sagan or Pillar. So what does the powered up version of Crescent Cut do? Like, what makes it different? Is it just because it turns it into like 3 hits, doesn't it? I think Crescent Cut, doesn't that have like a something % chance of causing guard break when it's blocked? Or hits it last longer? Okay. Okay. Oh, I didn't know it sent upward. Okay. Yeah, I have Crescent Cut on my Moonstruck, but I'm not particularly great at knowing when I should use it. Like, a lot of times I'll just do a just if I don't have star power yet, I'll do a basic ground combo, then air combo, and then if you can use Crescent Cut right after an air combo, but like that's it. You can't really follow it up with anything. 50% on block. Okay. See, I know I've had a lot of times when I would use Crescent, and I would know that the enemy's gonna block, and I would just follow right behind after it, and it would I know that it would sometimes cause guard break, I just didn't know the percentage for it. I still need to try heck anything with the knuckle, that's that like charging punch attack, right? Or she just charges forward with a punch, and then if it connects, she also adds the backhand to it. So I've mostly been leaning on projectiles for my Annies, but I do need to see how I can work that into a combo. Aside, make sure I don't sell that. Star power, some extra hit. Wall bounce. Get some flinching with a 50. Okay. Alright. Because the moves that she has where it gets some kind of bonus above a certain number of hits, kind of like put me off, because I start thinking like, oh, that limits its use. I'm only going to be able to use it in, that situation. But I keep forgetting it's a move. I can use it whenever. I just won't get the extra benefits without the combo beforehand. I think there was another thing. One of her moves, I want to say, gets some kind of bonus if it's used past a certain combo count. Like, does Pillar do that? I think Pillar might be the move I'm thinking of. Like, if you use it above a certain number of hits, I think her teammates get health back in proportion to the damage you deal. I could be thinking of that wrong, though. She's 30. It heals. Okay. Yeah, that was it, because 30's kind of... 30's a little bit high, but, I mean, Annie is pretty capable of reaching 30 easily. I think it's just the number kind of intimidates me. It's one of those things where, like, if I don't think about how to actually do certain combos with some characters, like if I don't think about it, I can sit here and go, gee, a 25 hit with a 25 or 30 hit combo with Squiggly sounds difficult. But then I think about it, and I was like, no, you can just use Silver Cord and Dragon Bite really easily for charge, and then you can just launch with use Inferno, and that's not, yeah. So it's just the higher numbers just immediately intimidate me until I actually stop to think about it for a bit. I know, yeah, I definitely remember seeing the air dash during one of the early reveal trailers. I just don't remember which thing it is that lets her do that, though. I'm wondering if it might be re-entry? So I think on the... like, if you keep using the extra kicks on re-entry, I think the third one launches them into the air. But without star power, I don't know if it launches them high enough to actually, you know, like, when you tap on the screen and it makes your character jump up to follow after him for an air combo. I don't know that re-entry without star power lets you do that, though. Was it ground bounce with star power? I think it might... I think it might be ground bounce without it, too. Or I could just be... I could be remembering that wrong. So I think the only, at the moment, the only Annie I have re-entry on is Ninja Star, and I haven't played that one in forever. So I remember Ninja Star was actually the first shiny I'd ever gotten, and I, like, leaned really hard into playing as, Ninja Star the whole time. And then after she got to level 50, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and work on other characters, and I just don't even play as Ninja Star anymore. Destruction Pillar was the one I was thinking of. Destruction Pillar. Which one is... I'm trying to think, which one is Destruction Pillar? Special move, not the blockbuster. I'm genuinely trying to remember, and it's not coming to mind. Like, in one hand, I almost kind of want to fire up the app on my phone to try to remind myself what you're talking about, but the... Oh, Destruction Pillar was the punch from the ground. It's one you can air dash from. Okay. Oh, that's the uppercut looking attack, isn't it? Okay, because... Like, I know you were saying the special move, not the blockbuster, but for whatever reason, every time I kept thinking Pillar, my brain just immediately went for Pillar of Creation. And I kept thinking the icon of her, like, plunging the sword into the ground. Okay, yeah, I never actually use, I don't often... No, I don't ever, actually, use, Destruction Pillar. I definitely see how it can be useful, though, because I remember when, there was that one player, crap, what was their name? That one player, Lemon Jelly, that had, like, a whole bunch of splitting image, and they put out a tag on Twitter, a splitting image challenge, basically seeing if, you know, who could beat their splitting just for, that they use for defense. And one of the devs that plays the game a lot, they go by the name Cellsci on the game, and they managed to beat this maxed out, fully upgraded, level 60 diamond splitting image with a level 1 Annie, just because Destruction Pillar had that property that, I think if it lands on a critical hit, it does 10% of the opponent's maximum HP, and they just kept landing criticals. They just kept timing everything well, and critical hitting with that. So they were able to beat this level 60 diamond with a level 1 bronze, and I thought, this dude's got too much free time. You can't be doing stuff like that. I feel bad about how I play now. Really well in saving ground combos. I imagine so. Because, I mean, if it enables the air dash, you can just follow after him and, you know, just land a few more air hits. And if they haven't been, like, ground bounced before that, then, yeah, you could just Sagan beam right after it. Or heck, you could even creation pillar to launch them back in the air. Hit them with slingshot, and then as they fall from that, then you can Sagan beam them. I never did. Let's see what's in the Able store today. Oh, excuse me. Wetsuit. Beautiful. Yeah, no. Well, I just realized it's quarter after, and I actually meant to stop streaming about 15 minutes ago. Glacier, see what you started? You got me talking about Skullgirls, and now I'm all wrapped up in it. Losing track of time. First started a huge combo with Band. Never been able to replicate it. Yeah, as much as I like Big Band, I'm not good with him. Oh no, don't sell the wetsuit. Almost made a big mistake there. Yeah, I'm not necessarily great with the Big Band. I actually don't. What I did was, because I most certainly did not make it myself, but I just remember a long time ago I saw a Japanese artist. Unfortunately, I don't know what their Twitter handle was, but the you know, they had shown their character with it. They even showed the pattern on the screen, but they didn't put up an actual code to just download it directly, so unfortunately I don't. I'm sorry. I just had to replicate it myself. Got some knowledge out of it. Yeah. I even said I was supposed to cut stream, and I'm diving right back in again. there's anything else I may need to take care of. Let's see. Not really. Oh no, wait. How many did I get today? Alright. I think I started at like 1180, 1190 when I started streaming today. Okay. Yeah, I think at this point I'm just gonna dump the pearls off in my storage and then maybe call it a night. I do need to take care of some of that Skull Girl stuff I was talking about before. Like the holodeck and dailies and whatnot. Everything there. I already checked all that. Okay. Let's see, it's about 20 after. I was gonna maybe do like a last call if anyone wanted to get DIYs before I close out, but it is getting late. I'm getting kind of tired. If I don't get started on my other stuff soon, I'm just gonna pass out in my chair. Anyway, everyone, thanks for stopping by, sticking around for as long as you did. You guys have a great night and take care of yourselves and others.